Welcome to Epic Horror Fans. I'm here with our special guest, JTISREBORN.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. We're talking today about Rob Zombie films. So I would like to start it off with what you thought of what you personally think of Rob Zombie.
Well, Rob Zombie, like him as a filmmaker, I'd say is kind of mixed because like I haven't seen all of his films, but as a musician, he's amazing. His music's pretty good. Like that's what I'll say about Rob Zombie. Like he has like a unique vision. Like he can, if he wanted to, he can make something mind blowing, and he can do pretty well. I have faith in Rob Zombie. I'm still waiting for his like big, huge like mind-blowing film. I haven't seen all his movies, but like I still think he's got something out there that's going to be huge one day that everyone's going to appreciate, not just like his fans in general and just a couple of people. That's what I think. What about you?
Well, I gotta say that I've been a Rob Zombie. I got into Rob Zombie not by his music but by his movies, and then it progressed. So I got to the point where it was not just about the movies; it was also about the music. And that's kind of how I got into it. And I remember the first time that I watched a Rob Zombie movie, I had gone into the video store and I was looking at the videos, and I came across House of a Thousand Corpses. And I remember looking at the title of the movie and saying, it's directed by Rob Zombie. And I started laughing. His last name was Zombie. I thought it was so funny. And I had never heard of Rob Zombie before that. I'm going to be totally honest, but he is a very famous, artist, right? And I hadn't heard of him at that time. This is way back in, when House of a Thousand Corpses first came out on DVD. And I remember... Yeah. Well, I remember looking at the back of the DVD case and thinking, this looks like the most crazy shit I've ever seen in my life. So I remember renting the movie, putting the DVD in, and all of a sudden Captain Spaulding coming up. And it was... I've seen the menu. It's pretty cool. Oh, it's awesome. It's like interactive, and he comes up and he starts talking to you. And at first you're kind of creeped out, and that's not even the movie. And I remember clicking play and just watching the movie and having a blast. I thought it was one of the best movies I've ever seen. And I probably rented House of a Thousand Corpses at the video store about 10 times. and then I later on I bought it on DVD, and then I bought it on Blu-ray. So I really like that movie. And then I remember hearing that the sequel was coming out, The Devil's Rejects. And I was thinking, they're going to make a sequel to this shit? And on the DVD, they said that they were going to make the sequel even darker than the original. So I went and I saw the sequel, and it's very dark. It's a much different tone than House of a Thousand Corpses. House of a Thousand Corpses is kind of like a throwback on the 1970s films. And the sequel is just really dark and really intense. But they're both really great films. And then I heard that Rob Zombie was remaking Halloween, and I would like to hear what you thought of both of the Halloween films.
Okay, at first, like when I saw like the trailer for Halloween, I was pumped. I really wanted to see this, but then I never got really a chance to see it in theaters. I had to wait like I don't know, like a year later until it came out on like DVD, and it's a pretty messed up movie. Not gonna lie. Like, especially, like, the beginning. Yeah. Like, the kid's freaky. The kid is very freaky. Like, the kid who plays him, Jake Furch.
The kid that they used in the first film is way better than the kid that they used in the sequel.
He's not even, like, in the same category. Like the second one, he's terrible.
Yeah, like the kid in the first one, he's freaking creepy as hell. I mean, that's what really made the movie was that kid.
And then the second one, it's just like, Mom, what's going on?
It's not the same. It's not. That's one of the things that's not good about the sequel is the fact that it doesn't have that kid. But I heard he was just huge when they did the second one. But I think they could have still did it.
Honestly, people would have been like honestly, when you think about it, like, what's more distracting, a different actor or someone who looks a little bit older? I'd say the different actor, because I mean the movie came out like it's only like 2 years.
And Michael,
age, like,
I mean they could have always did flashbacks of Michael in the mental institution when he's older.